My beloved ones, you have carried the weight of uncertainty for too long. You have looked at the world and wondered whether goodness can still rise, whether faith still matters, whether love still wins. Hear us, it does. Love always wins, not through force, but through those who dare to live it. You are among them, the time is now, not because danger is near, but because your heart is ready. The longing you feel, the quiet ache for purpose, the sudden urge to be kinder, braver, more honest, these are not coincidences. They are signs that your soul has heard the call. You are awakening to what has always been true, that you were created to bring light wherever you stand, when you look around and see division. Remember that healing begins with presence. One person who chooses to forgive begins a wave that no darkness can erase. The power of light does not depend on numbers, it depends on truth. Even a single candle alters the night. That candle can be you. We do not ask for perfection. We ask for sincerity. Do not worry about being the most spiritual, the most successful, or the most certain. Heaven has never measured worth by comparison. The smallest act of compassion outweighs the grandest gesture made without love. When you listen with empathy, when you comfort another soul, you are already changing the course of creation. You may think your life is ordinary. It is not. Every breath is a miracle. Every choice shapes eternity. The way you speak, the way you treat a stranger, the way you forgive yourself, these are the threads that weave the world's healing. There is no task too small when done with love. If you wonder whether you are guided, know this: guidance is not always thunder and fire. It comes in quiet knowing, in the sudden clarity that makes your heart lift. It comes through others, a kind word, a hand extended, an idea that stirs your courage. The universe speaks softly so that you learn to listen. The voice of love never demands, it invites. It will not frighten you, it will strengthen you. It will remind you that you belong here, that your existence is not an accident. When fear tells you you're alone, remember that love stands beside you even in silence. When doubt whispers that you are unworthy, remember that creation itself would not exist without the spark that lives in you. We tell you now, this world needs your presence more than ever. Not your perfection, your presence. To show up with honesty and kindness, even when the path is uncertain, is the most courageous act of all. You are not called to save the world by yourself, you are called to love within it, and through that love, the world begins to heal. When you face hardship, when you feel unseen, pause and breathe. The same breath that once stirred the stars fills your lungs. That is proof enough of your connection to the divine. Every inhale says, you are part of something vast. Every exhale says, you are contributing to its beauty. Remember that faith is not a feeling, it is a choice. Feelings will rise and fall like the tides, but faith remains when you decide to keep walking. Keep moving toward what is good, even when you cannot yet see the result. Every step you take toward compassion builds the bridge between heaven and earth. You may look for signs in the sky, but the true signs are within. The yearning for peace, the dream of a better world, the urge to forgive, these are divine instructions written in the language of your heart. When you follow them, you align with something greater than fear. Lift your eyes. The dawn has not disappeared, it waits for you to notice it. Even in your sorrow, light persists. Even in confusion, truth whispers. You are part of that truth. You are the hands, the voice, the presence through which love continues its work. We tell you this not to burden you, but to free you. You do not need to earn your place in creation. You already belong. What remains is to live in a way that honors that belonging, to act as though every being you meet is sacred, because they are, just as you are. When you forget this, return to gratitude. Gratitude restores perspective. It reminds you that even in difficulty, life is full of quiet gifts, the sound of rain, the warmth of another's touch, the strength that rises in you when you least expect it. These are small resurrections. You are the miracle waiting to be seen. You are not behind in your journey. You are exactly where awakening begins, in the moment you decide to see with love again. My beloved ones, every era is given a chance to remember what truly matters. Ours is such a time. The noise of fear and distraction has grown loud, but beneath it runs a quiet rhythm calling you back to what is real. You will hear it in moments of stillness, when you put down the screen, the worry, the comparison, and simply breathe. In that breath you return to truth. You are alive, and therefore capable of love. Do not underestimate the power of small goodness. The world changes not through grand speeches but through consistent kindness. When you choose patience over anger, you alter the air around you. When you keep a promise, when you help someone rise, you plant seeds that will outlive you. This is how light travels, quietly, persistently, through those who decide to care. You have asked, "What is my purpose?" Your purpose is to become a living expression of compassion. It will take different shapes: the parent who listens, the worker who refuses to cheat, the friend who shows up when others vanish. Every role is sacred when performed with honesty. The universe does not require perfection. It asks for participation. There will be times when your faith trembles. Let it. Growth often feels like breaking. The seed must split before the sprout can reach the sun. Trust the process. Doubt is not your enemy, it is the doorway through which deeper understanding enters. Question, wrestle, learn, but do not stop walking toward what is good. Forgive often. Not because the world deserves it, but because you deserve peace. Holding anger binds you to pain. Release it, not to excuse what was wrong, but to reclaim your own freedom. You cannot fly while clutching stones. Many of you fear that your light is too small to matter. Remember, a star does not compete with another star. it simply shines. Your responsibility is not to be brighter than others, but to be true to your own glow. There are hearts waiting for the warmth only you can give. The sacred exists wherever love is practiced. It fills hospitals, classrooms, kitchens, fields. It rises from the laughter of children and from the quiet strength of those who keep trying after failure. Heaven's language is not only prayer, it is action motivated by compassion. When you comfort, when you create, when you give, you speak it fluently. When the world seems cruel, do not mirror cruelty, answer it with integrity. When it seems chaotic, be still. When it seems dark, look for the helpers and join them. There is always a movement of goodness alive beneath the headlines. Become part of that current, and when you tire, and you will, rest without shame. Even the sun sets each day. Stillness is not retreat, it is preparation. Let silence refill your courage. Let gratitude mend your vision. Then rise again, gentler but stronger. The path ahead will ask for perseverance. Walk it with open eyes and an open heart. You are not walking alone. Every act of kindness joins another until the entire world begins to glow. My beloved ones, each morning is a chance to begin again. Do not measure today by yesterday's limits. The sun rises to remind you that renewal is possible. It does not ask whether the night deserved it. In the same way, grace does not check your record before it offers its light. Accept it. Let it soften the hard edges inside you. There will be moments when hope feels fragile. Hold it gently, as you would a flame in wind. Protect it with gratitude. Feed it with small actions, a kind word, a moment of prayer, a deep breath taken instead of an angry reply. These simple choices build strength. They are how light learns to stay. When fear visits, greet it honestly. Ask what it is trying to protect. Then thank it and move forward anyway. Courage is born in the conversation between fear and faith. You do not banish one to find the other, you carry both, and choose which leads. Remember that humility is not weakness. It is the awareness that you are part of something vast and beautiful. When you see yourself as connected to everything, competition fades and cooperation begins. You no longer need to prove worth. You simply live it, help without expecting recognition. The good you do invisibly is often the most enduring. Every generous act sends ripples through lives you may never meet. The world becomes a little kinder because of your unseen choices, if you find yourself surrounded by bitterness. Do not drink it. Offer water instead. You do not heal a wound by repeating it. Speak peace even when others mock it. In time, the echo of your patience will outlast their noise. Celebrate progress, not perfection. Each time you choose empathy over judgment, you move humanity forward. Each time you listen instead of shout, you rebuild trust. History turns on such moments more than on any grand victory. Love your own growth. Be gentle with the parts of you still learning. You cannot shame yourself into wholeness, you can only guide yourself there with understanding. The same compassion you offer to others is the medicine your own heart needs. Let beauty remind you that goodness is real. Watch the sky change colors, listen to the rain, notice the laughter that breaks through sadness. These are not distractions, they are confirmations that life continues to renew itself, and when you pray, do not always ask for answers. Sometimes the holiest prayer is simply listening, the quiet awareness that you are heard even in silence. Trust that the response will come through timing, through people, through intuition. You are here, in this time, for a reason. Your presence adds something the world cannot replace. Live with that knowledge, not as pressure but as permission, to create, to forgive, to love boldly. The world does not need new prophets, it needs awakened hearts. You are one of them. Wherever you walk, bring gentleness. Let your strength be tenderness in motion. When enough of you choose this way, cruelty loses its audience and fades. My beloved ones, there will come a day when you look back and understand that even your detours were part of the path. The moments you thought were wasted taught you patience, the losses taught you depth. Nothing is truly lost when you use it to grow. Keep your eyes open for quiet teachers. Wisdom often hides in ordinary encounters, in a stranger's kindness, a mistake that humbles you, a conversation that lingers. Do not rush past them. Every experience offers something if you stay curious instead of defensive. When you speak, let your words build instead of bruise. The world is already full of noise, what it craves is meaning. A single sincere sentence can ease more pain than 1,000 clever arguments. Speak as if your voice could heal, because it can. Do not let cynicism become your armor. It protects you from disappointment, yes, but it also blocks joy. Hope may make you vulnerable, yet it is the only soil where miracles grow. Let yourself believe again, even when belief feels naive. The future needs people brave enough to trust it. You will encounter those who seem beyond kindness. Do not meet their hardness with your own. Set boundaries, but hold compassion. Sometimes your steadiness is the only example of peace they have ever seen. Leave the door of grace unlocked. Remember that joy is a discipline as much as an emotion. Seek it deliberately. Notice what restores you, a walk, music, the smell of rain, and let those small pleasures refuel you. Happiness is not selfish, it is how you stay strong enough to serve. Forgive yourself for the times you closed your heart to protect it. Every soul learns this way. Healing is not linear, it moves like the tide, forward, back, forward again. Each return carries a little more wisdom. When the world overwhelms you, narrow your focus. You cannot fix everything, but you can make one corner brighter. Feed one hungry person, comfort one lonely heart, speak one truth with love. This is how light multiplies. Let gratitude be your compass. In confusion, it points you toward what is still good. Gratitude does not erase pain, but it widens your view so pain does not become the whole landscape. It reminds you that life is bigger than what hurts, and when you doubt your impact, look for evidence in the small things, the friend who smiles again because you listened, the moment someone stands taller after your encouragement. That is what transformation looks like: quiet, steady, unstoppable. Know that you are part of a vast human choir, each voice distinct yet harmonizing toward hope. You do not need to carry the melody alone, you only need to keep singing your note of love. My beloved ones, there will always be reasons to give up. The world will show you 1,000 of them. But there will also be one quiet reason to continue, because love still matters. That single reason is enough. Every generation needs people who keep loving anyway. Be one of them. When your heart feels heavy, remember that you are not carrying it alone. Somewhere, someone is praying, hoping, working for the same peace. You are part of an unseen network of goodness, connected by intention. Each act of kindness strengthens that bond until it becomes stronger than fear. Let patience guide you. The greatest changes happen slowly, beneath the surface. A seed in the dark does not panic. It trusts the season. So must you. Growth requires waiting, and waiting is not idleness, it is faith in motion. Treat time as an ally. Every hour is an invitation to begin again. Do not waste it in regret. Spend it creating something worth remembering, a friendship, a lesson, a moment of laughter. These are the treasures that outlast uncertainty. You may never know how far your influence reaches. A simple encouragement can alter someone's path for years. Do good without keeping score. The ripple will find its own way. Guard your inner peace. The world will tempt you to trade it for approval or outrage. Choose peace anyway. It does not mean you ignore injustice, it means you act from clarity, not chaos. A calm heart sees solutions that anger hides. Look for the divine in ordinary people. You will find traces of grace in a neighbor's patience, a child's honesty, a stranger's generosity. Every person carries a fragment of the same light that lives in you. Recognizing it is the beginning of true unity. Serve because it fulfills you, not because it makes you noble. Service born of joy sustains itself. When you give from overflow, not emptiness, the work becomes a celebration rather than a burden. And when you stumble, and you will, do not let shame linger. Mistakes are proof of courage, signs that you dared to live fully. Learn, apologize when needed, and step forward lighter. The world needs learners more than it needs perfectionists. Each time you choose hope over despair, the balance of the world tilts a little closer to peace. Never believe your efforts are wasted. The universe keeps every record of love. You have heard many voices claiming authority. The only voice you must truly trust is the one that speaks from stillness, the one that calls you toward compassion. That voice will never command through fear. It will remind you gently, be kind. Be honest. Be brave. My beloved ones, every step you take in honesty strengthens the ground beneath you. Life has never asked you to walk it flawlessly, only faithfully. When you fall, rise with the lesson still in your hands. The fall does not define you, the rising does. Remember the power of presence. To truly listen is a rare gift. When you offer someone your full attention, you tell them they matter, and that reminder can heal more than advice ever could. Listen to others, listen to your own heart. Both speak truth in different accents. Do not fear change. The same current that carried you safely through yesterday will carry you through tomorrow. Seasons end so that others can begin. Release what has finished its purpose. Hold on to what still helps you love. Practice mercy. The world is full of people doing their best with limited light. Be gentle with them, and with yourself. Mercy turns conflict into understanding, and understanding into peace. Feed your spirit with beauty, books, music, laughter, nature. These are not luxuries, they are nutrients for the soul. When you nourish wonder, resilience follows naturally. Give thanks before you see the outcome. Gratitude transforms waiting into trust. It shifts your focus from what is missing to what is possible, and when you doubt whether one person can make a difference, remember this: every great movement began with someone who refused to stop caring. Hope is contagious, pass it on. The time has come to live what you believe. The world does not need louder voices, it needs steadier hearts. Be one of them. Let your days be prayers written in action, your words be bridges, your presence a quiet blessing wherever you go. Walk gently, but never timidly. You carry more light than you realize. Each morning, before the noise of the world begins, remind yourself, I am here to add goodness. Say it until it feels like breath, and when night comes, look back not for perfection but for love given. That is success. That is peace, my beloved ones. You have walked through storms and still found the strength to care. That is grace at work inside you. Let that awareness be your comfort. You are proof that love survives everything meant to silence it. There will always be another challenge waiting, another test of patience or faith. Do not dread them. Every difficulty gives you the chance to show what cannot be taken from you: your capacity for kindness, your ability to begin again. These are your sacred tools. Learn to rest in uncertainty. You do not need every answer to live a meaningful life. It is enough to take the next honest step. Direction reveals itself through movement, not waiting. Be generous with encouragement. Speak light into others the way you wish someone had spoken it into you. One sentence of belief can shift the course of a life. Keep your promises to your own heart. Follow through on the small commitments that build self-trust. Drink water, rest, create, forgive. Integrity begins with how you treat yourself. When despair whispers that humanity is lost, remember, for every cruel act, there are countless quiet mercies unseen by cameras or headlines. Let those hidden mercies renew your faith in people. Carry gentleness as strength, not softness. To remain kind in an unkind world is not naive, it is revolutionary. You are changing history each time you choose compassion when bitterness would be easier. Look forward with calm expectancy. The future is not a threat, it is an open field. Plant what you want to see grow. Plant patience, truth, fairness, laughter. Water them daily with small, consistent effort, and when your time comes to rest from this journey, may it be said of you that you lived with courage and left the world lighter. That is the highest calling of any soul, to make the air around you kinder because you were here, you are loved beyond measure. Walk in that knowledge. Share it freely. Let it shape the way you see yourself and the way you see everyone you meet. Go in peace, my beloved ones, and continue the work of light, quietly, faithfully, joyfully, my beloved ones. Take this moment to be still. Feel the quiet that lives beneath the noise of the world. In that quiet, you are already whole. Nothing more is required of you to be loved than to exist. When you rise tomorrow, carry this peace into your smallest actions. Let your smile be your prayer, your patience your offering, your kindness your testimony. That is how the sacred moves, through ordinary people choosing extraordinary gentleness. If ever you forget, return to this truth. You are part of a great love that never runs out. It flows through you and around you, guiding every step toward home. Trust it. Live it. Share it, go in light, my beloved ones. The work of love is never finished, but it is always enough for this moment. You do not need to see the whole path to know that you are walking in the right direction. Every breath taken in awareness, every act of patience, every whisper of gratitude adds to the healing of the world. When you doubt, return to stillness. When you are weary, return to kindness. When you are lost, return to love. These are the three lights that will never fail you. Carry them gently, and they will carry you. Let each sunrise remind you that renewal is not a promise for others, it is for you, too. Let each sunset teach you that release is not an ending, it is the space where peace enters. Live simply. Forgive quickly. Speak truth softly. Serve quietly, and wherever you go, let the air behind you be softer for your passing. You are loved, you are guided, and you are never alone. Go in peace.